Hi guys, welcome back to the Java class. In today's session, you will learn a very important and interesting topic that is arrays in Java programming language. So before going in the depth of an array, let us first understand what is the need of an array. So for example, let me just declare a variable int marks is equal 70 and I will display the value of this variable. So whenever you will run this program, you will get it, it will show the value, the output will be 70 here, right? But sometimes later on the future, you would like to update the value of the marks from 70 to like 80, and you will run this program again. So it will show the updated value, and your result is like 80. Here we go. You can see it is not a rocket science, and a simple and ordinary variable will be able to hold only one value at a time, and the data which is stored previously will be lost. So that is the way a variable can hold only one value, that is the updated value of a variable. But sometimes there is a situation you would like to store multiple values with the same name. So how will you store it? For example, you would like to store the marks of a student for multiple subjects. So how will you store it? So here there is a role of arrays in Java programming language. So array can help you to store the multiple values of a similar type with a common variable. So let's see what is an array, and I will show you here. An array is a collection of similar type of elements. So all elements are stored in contiguous memory location and accessed through their index number. So let me show you how to declare an array. This is the way to declare an array, like the data type. Data type may be any valid primitive data type. It may be int, float, character, char, it may be anything. And this is the name of variable. And after it, I have written the pair of brackets. It means the marks is not its normal variable. It is an array variable, right? So right now you can see whenever you will display, or you are trying to display the value of the marks. So compiler is complaining here. The local variable marks may not have been initialized. So you have to initialize the value of this array variable. How will you initialize it? So this is the way. You will just write the curly braces, and you can put some values inside it with separated with commas like 60, 70, 80 and 90. So currently you can see here this array variable name will holding the integer values, and it contains the four different values here, right? It is containing the marks of four different subjects. 60 is the marks of subject 1, this is subject 2, this is subject 3, and so on. So right now if you will run it, let's see what will be the output of it. So here you are simply displaying the name of array variable, so it is showing kind of memory address of a variable marks. But sometimes you would like to access, you need to access the marks of a subject 2. Subject 2 marks you would like to access it. So what will you write here? You can access the value inside an array using an index number. So you can see I told you array index, or all the elements are stored in continuous memory location and accessed through their index number. And the array index always starts with 0. It means the value 60 will be stored at index 0, the value 70 will be stored at index 1, and so on. If you would like to access the marks of subject 2, you can pass the index number 1 and you will run it and you will see the magic here, right? So this is the output 70. In the similar way, if you would like to access the marks of subject 4, you will pass the index number, that is 3, and you will run it. You will see the output, that is 90. So if you will pass the index 4, let's see what will be the output of it. So here you can see it, the compiler is just throwing an exception. It is showing exception in thread main java.lang.array index out of bound exceptions. The index 4 is out of bound. What is the meaning of it? Index 4 is not exist and you are trying to access that value. That's why it is showing, or it is just throwing an exception, array index out of bound exception. So as I told you, your array index always start from 0. So this is 60 value is present at index 0, then 70 is index 1, 80 is index 2, 90 is index 3. So the maximum index value is 3 in this case. So you can't write here the 4. Pass from you can pass any value from 0 to 3. So this is the way how will you create an integer array and how will you initialize an array. So you know very well, you can, in the similar way, you can define the array of string type. So string is not a primitive type, it is a class. Or if you would like to store the multiple fruits with a variable array name, that is fruits, you can simply write, you can create an array of strings also. Here you can write apple, the next fruit you can write banana here, right? You can write orange, or in the similar you can write the different fruits. Okay, you can pass like cherry. Okay, so this is an array of string, or in the similar way you can display the value of this variable array like fruits, right? Whenever you will run this, let's see what will be the output of it. Here it is showing some kind of address of a string type variable fruits. If you would like to access a particular fruit like banana or orange, you can pass their respective index value. For example, you would like to access the banana. So here banana is present at index 1. You can pass the index and you can just run it and you will see the output of it. This is the banana, right? So in this way you can create the array of other primitive data types, or you can create the array of string. So this is the one way. This is, I can see the method 1 to declare an array and to initialize an array element. Let us come to the method 2. How can you use? So method 2 is simply, that is, using new keyword. So as you know very well, the new keyword is used to allocate the memory. So for example, how will you define an integer array? Or let me just write the double data type, double the price of a product, you can just write is equal the new double, right? So the new keyword you can use, or you have to pass the size of it, means how many elements you would like to store inside this variable. So right now this is, here you are creating an array, name is price of double type, and currently its size is 5. It will not store the values more than 5 product, right? So let us display the value of it. You can see, if you will write or you will display the value of, or the price of a product 1, product 1 means index 0. So let's see what will be the output of it. So here we go, you can see it is showing 0.0. So in this case we have not initialized the value of this variable price, we have not assigned any value to it. That's why it is showing that their default values. So in case of double, it is showing default values, that is 0.0. In case of integer, it will show the value 0, right? In case of string, it will show the value null, right? So later you can assign some price, like price 0 is equal, you can like 50.67, and whenever you will just run it and you will see the output here. So this is the output of it. Okay, so in the similar way you can create the array of strings also, array of integers also. Or for example, let me just show you one more thing. You are creating an array like double, or the variable value I'm just using here, the age is here, right? And I am just assigning some values inside it. For example, I will assign that 20.30, right? I am passing 25.50, right? I am passing 34, and so on, right? So this is an array. I will write this age is equal this one. Right now it is the correct syntax. Now I will write here that the age you are writing, that is 1. Okay, so let's see what will be the output of it. It will display the age of student like 25.50. So here you can see the double. This is an array of double type, but it is holding the value that is integer type also. So this will be automatically cast. This 34 integer value will be automatically convert to the double type. If you will access that is 2, let's see what will be the output of. You can see the output will be 34.0. Clear? If so, if you would like 34.50, 34.50f, if you will store some float value also, so the compiler will not complain for anything, because the integer value can be automatically converted into double. The float value will also be converted into double. But if I will just change the data type of it, like float, I will write here like float age is equal 20.30. So here the compiler starts complaining. So what is the complaint? Let's see. The type mismatch cannot convert from double to float. So by default 20.30 is a double value, and the double value will not be able to store in the float variable, right? So if you will write 20.3f, then it is okay. If you will write 25.50, then it is okay. You will run it and it will display the output. Clear? So if you will just make this of integer type, you can see the compiler again start complaining, and the same complaint, that is type mismatch, cannot convert from float to int. So whenever you are initializing some values inside an array, you have to check the type compatibility also, right? So in case of automatic type conversion, the conversion will be take place automatically. But if you will pass some incompatible type of values, for example, you have created an array of integer type and you are trying to store the float values. So float value will not be able to store into the integer array variable, right? So compiler will starts complaining. So this is the way, guys, you can just initialize the variable, right? You can just pass or insert some value inside an array. So how will you iterate over an element of an array? So here simply it is a very simple way. You can use a for loop and you can iterate over an element of an array. For example, you have created, let me just remove this part. You have created an array of a string type, or you would like to display all the elements of a string type. So you can use the for loop here, right? Inside for loop, you can simply iterate I is equal 0, I less than, right? So the name of the variable dot length. So what is the length variable here? So here you are using the array variable name fruit dot length. It will display the total element which is present inside an array. So right now the length of this array is 5, because it contains 5 different elements, 5 different fruits. And here you will write the I plus plus, and this is the loop. You can simply display system dot out dot println, and you will pass the I here, right? So you can see, let we run this program. Let's see what will be the output of it. You can see it will display the all the fruits name, like from banana, apple, and okay, sorry, this one apple, banana, orange, date, and cherry. Okay, so instead of length, right? So length will return the length of an array, means how many elements are present inside an array. You can pass the value 5 also. So and you will get the same output here. You can see the output is same here, that is apple, banana, orange, date, and cherry. So it is better you can use the length to calculate the length of an array, because we don't know what is the length of an array and how many elements are stored inside an array. So guys, this is all about of array type. Let me just show you what are the limitations of an array. The limitation of an array is size of the array is fixed. What is the meaning of it? Once array is declared, its size can neither be increase or decrease. Okay, so this is all about arrays and how to initialize, how to access it, how to store different types of values, and how to iterate over an array element. Now you can do the practice of an array. You can apply different algorithms like sorting and searching on the arrays, and you can just enjoy your array programming. For more details, guys, you can just go to this link. It has many solved examples using an arrays, and you will get many exercises to do based on the arrays. So guys, this is all about of an array. In the next session, we will learn the 2D array, how to create two-dimensional array and how to iterate and initialize two-dimensional array. So guys, thanks for watching the video. In the next session, we will come up with the new concepts. So bye for now. I hope you enjoy the session. Bye bye. Take care of yourself.